Hey everybody, welcome to our channel. Today's episode is how did we get here? How did we end up with 17 acres out in the country and an old historic home to fix up? We're going to tell you all about our search, the buying process, and then at the end of the video we'll take you on an inside tour of the house and show you what it looked like back in September 2019. So come on!
Chris.
I'm Shannon, and we are the owners of the Longhouse. We were going to tell you a little bit about our search for properties and houses and sort of how that started to take shape.
First started out with, just wanting a piece of land. And then we decided we really need a house.
Yeah, I didn't want to camp every time we went out to the property.
Yeah.
But at the time, we weren't looking for a historic house.
Right.
We liked old houses because we like old things.
Yeah.
I just go on to Zillow and put in my search criteria, 5 acres or more.
Yeah.
And
two plus bedrooms.
2 plus bedrooms, 1 plus bathroom. My price point would vary depending on the day because sometimes nothing would come up or nothing new would come up and I would get really frustrated, and sometimes I would just put no price point just to see what would come up. We really wanted to try to stay within a 2-hour driving distance or less of our current house. So we have 3 teenagers at home, high schoolers involved in after school activities. We weren't looking to uproot immediately. We were wanting to find something that we could be weekend warriors and come out and work on the weekends. Ultimately, our goal is to have a homestead here.
Yep.
And
not really farming.
No, not farming, but it sounded better than the Longhouse and homestead, I thought.
Super mini farming. Maybe.
Yeah. This property, it was out of our price range, but it was a really cool property.
One of the challenges with finding old homes, typically they're closer to the little towns, and you have this beautiful home, but it'd be chopped up on this little teeny tiny 3rd acre,
right in the middle of town,
half-acre lot right in the middle of town. We're a good 10 miles from the nearest town.
So when they dropped the price on this one by about $100,000,
it was exactly $100,000, wasn't it?
It was exactly $100,000, and I, went running to Chris and was like, "We need to go see this one."
Yep.
So we had a building inspector that was experienced with old homes, and we had somebody come out who was specialized in foundations. And then we had a general contractor who also specializes in old homes.
Yeah, he won an award.
Yeah.
For a restoration you did.
And he's close by, which is even better because we are kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, the roof was was in rough shape, and the chimneys were just open. So every time it rained, it just basically poured inside the house. So that was the first thing we wanted to shore up, to make the house watertight.
So we made an offer based on some of the bigger repairs that needed to be done. Mm-hmm. So we offered under asking. Yeah. Pretty much agreed upon a price pretty quickly, and that launched us into the buying part of it. Yep. So once
I'm Chris.
No, not for this one.
It's blooper reel.
Yeah. So once we had the offer accepted and we signed the contract, we had to really go into the buying mode.
Yeah. The insurance was a big challenge, being an old home out in the country. Nobody knew what to do with it. Got probably 5 different agents trying to get quotes through.
To get homeowners insurance.
Yeah, homeowners insurance.
Because you had to have that in order for them to give us the loan.
Right, bank requires it.
And also for the loan, we wanted to get a loan for more than the cost of the house because we wanted to add in the cost to replace the roof as part of that, because we knew we wouldn't have the cash to replace the roof, and it needed to be done right away. And the work had to be done by a certain time.
Yep, had to be done by a certain time frame. So finding that right GC or general contractor was super important.
Well, there was a couple of other challenges that were unique to this house. We had some tenants, so to speak, in the house. There was an owl, possibly a family of owls, that was living in the attic. The great side effect of that is there was never any rodents. Yeah. And the other thing was there was a beehive, a very large, very old, established bee inside the house. About 100,000 bees is what the bee guy said. We had to get rid of the bees before the insurance company would, or the bank would loan us the money, I guess.
Well, no, that was part of the
insurance,
the work that had to get done to qualify for the loan. So we had, within that time frame, whatever it was, we had to get all this work done.
There was some really weird things too, I mean, the house has peeling paint all over the place, and just all kinds of disrepair and small projects that need to be done. There was one window that they said
had to be replaced.
Yeah, we had to fix the wood on that one window, and we had to fix 3 places where the paint was peeling, but none of the other places. Just really weird. Yeah. There was so much more that they could have required that we really got lucky.
Yeah, 2 motivations for pulling the trigger sooner than later.
We came to this a little bit later in life, and it takes a lot of energy and some strength and muscle power and some stamina and resilience to work on, not just on the DIY projects in the home, but also the stuff that we want to do outside.
Also, coming out here and spending time and doing the work, and finding out now if we enjoy it and we like it out here, so that in 5 years we know. The other thing is, we could have a place to come out and relax on the weekends as a little mini getaway.
Yeah.
Rather than wait 5 years. So we decided, let's do it now so we can enjoy it for those 5 years while we work on it. And we love working on it and exhausted at the end of the day, but there's just something satisfying about that. Just being out here.
Getting something done. Definitely have to find those quick wins.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, or it can really beat you down. But but we've managed to do that so far. So we're excited.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk you through the video from when we first bought the house back in 2019. This was the first time we videoed heading up on the porch.
We love to have picnics.
Yeah. Going into the front door, into the foyer. If you look straight back there, there's a half bathroom behind that wooden door. Originally, the house went straight back to the back door, but at some point they added a half bath there, which is good because there's only one other bathroom.
Right, now we're going into what we're going to call the library, where we'll have all our books.
Yep, right now it's a tool room, and we've got all of our supplies and tools in there. Now we're back to looking at the front door with the transom windows.
And gold carpet number 1.
Yes, and the parlor. This is going to be the parlor room. Thankfully, that big weird heater thing, we got that out right away. And here's a good look at the original windows. These are floor to ceiling, triple hung 9/9s with wavy glass. Just one of the best things about the house. Okay, now moving out of the parlor, back into the hallway.
We're going to go down the hallway to the back left room, which is going to become the master bedroom.
Right.
Also affectionately known as the bee room.
Yes, because that's where the bees were, up in the back corner. That far back corner, they were up in the ceiling there. And we'll show all of the video from the bee removal process in a future video. But that's going to be our bedroom eventually. There's the half bath. Moving over here, this was originally the dining room for the house. They told us that the food was probably brought in that side door there from the cookhouse or the kitchen that was away from the house.
Now we're going to go back into what will likely be the dining room.
Right, yeah. This is the addition part of the house. Although it was built on in the late 1800s, probably in the 1890s. And there's the amazing kitchen fireplace. Unfortunately, the other side of it is completely bricked over. They put new faces on at some point, as you can see. But it's still beautiful, original bricks.
And now the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Swallowed up by the giant fridge.
Yeah, the fridge kind of stuck out in the middle of the room.
Yep. Heading up to our favorite part.
Our favorite part of the house is the upstairs. There's a good look down the hallway towards the balcony.
Yeah, with more gorgeous transom windows.
Yeah. And then the first room at the top of the stairs was always one of my favorites, is one of my favorites. You can see all the just completely untouched wood that's up there. It really just feels like you're walking back in time when you go upstairs.
Yep. Not a lot of electricity upstairs.
Yeah, no electrical outlets, no heat and air, no plumbing, just one light bulb in the center of each room.
Yep.
Which
Gorgeous
is,
fireplace.
yeah, that's part of
Charm.
what really,
Yeah.
what really kind of takes your breath away when you go up there.
Look at those hardwoods. And now this is going to be another bedroom.
Yeah, it's just 4 rooms upstairs. Like I said, there's no plumbing, so there's no bathrooms. So they'll all be bedrooms, at least at this point. That's what we're planning on, unless one might maybe become an office
Yep.
at some point.
This is the mud dauber room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we call that the mud dauber room because,
They.
well, self-explanatory.
Yeah, exactly. Another nice fireplace there.
Out in the hallway, the paint, though, that's on the walls out there is original milk paint, which is really cool.
Yeah, we're trying to save that.
Yeah.
This is the only painted room upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
White and blue. It's kind of
really
nice.
pretty.
Yeah, I like it.
It's really light
Gets
and
a
bright.
lot of morning sun.
Mm-hmm.
And with the windows on the front of the house, get some afternoon sun as well.
Yeah. And this is the last of the upstairs rooms. The rooms on that side of the house definitely are a little darker, a little moodier, I call it.
Yeah, dark and moody.
Yeah. And there's a good look at the floors that kind of show you how they've really never been stained or anything.
There's the front porch
Yeah,
where the owls used to hang out.
This is the balcony up top, and just a good look at the view across the way. We have to get the balcony replaced at some point.
Yep.
But it's still beautiful. Okay, so you've seen the house. Where do you think we should have started? The kitchen, the parlor? Next episode, we'll talk about where we started and whether that was a good decision or not. But we'd like to hear from you where you would have started if this were your house. Thanks for coming along today, and we'll see you next time.